I lived in Japan for 3 years as an English teacher, and I was lucky enough to try all of the amazing Japanese food that we know and love. Ramen, curry, edamames. Yeah, boy. But working as a teacher, I had to eat the school lunches with the kids every day. And unlike high schools where they often get to pick and choose and have a menu, at the schools I worked at, you got what you got. No ifs, ands, or buts. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this was usually a pretty sweet deal. The school lunches were super cheap, and like 60% of the time, they were good to amazing. But it was like playing Minesweeper, because when you got a bad school lunch, oh my God. A good example of this is during my first week, one of the first lunches I got had a salad, a mayonnaise and pickle salad. That was it, dude. That was the whole salad. Now, this one might be more of just a me thing because two of my least favorite foods ever are pickles and mayonnaise. Those are both revolting, but it set the tone for some of the lunches I would have. Because for as amazing as the Japanese are at cuisine, they really do be loving to just take whatever they have and put it on a plate. Exhibit A, monja. It literally looks like barf on a plate. It is wild. And you have to eat that with chopsticks. Please try to imagine throwing up on a plate and then having to eat that puke with chopsticks. And the monja I had at these school lunches was firstly cold. It's not supposed to be cold, it's supposed to be grilled, but it was cold, and it was filled with cold, slimy eggplant. And I should mention, as a teacher eating with the kids, you have to clean the plate. You're setting an example for the students. And you know what? I did eat it. I spent like 10 minutes attempting to pick up each slimy piece until eventually I just lifted the plate to my mouth and I used the chopsticks to shovel it into my mouth. I almost died that day. Another one of these foods that all the kids actually really liked were scallops. They call them hotate. And I know people like scallops, dude. I'm not here to say scallops are bad. What I'm here to tell you is that these were not normal scallops. These scallops still had the filmy tail attached to them. They looked like a tadpole or like a slimy embryo with this goopy long tail. It was like somebody literally hocked a loogie on a plate. There was that consistency. And the kids would slurp them down. Not chew them, not eat them, slurp them down. Oh, it's absolutely revolting. If you ever want the same experience, go to your local pond and get a bowl full of tadpoles and eat those up with chopsticks. Blah. Some of these lunches were also total lies. Typically on Fridays, it would be curry day. Everybody loves curry. I love curry. Not you. Get out of here, you little rat. But there was this one time where the menu said vegetable curry. I didn't think anything of it, but no, when I sat down to eat it, vegetable curry to them, I guess means put every vegetable known to man into a curry. It had broccoli, mushrooms, eggplant, pumpkin, literally like chunks of pumpkin. And the worst part is I spent the whole day talking about how much I loved curry. Oh, curry? It's literally my favorite food. Oh, I could eat a mountain of it. I love it. I would literally commit murder to have curry every day. Okay. And I ate it, man. My spoon was shaking. I had cold sweat from all the different slimy textures and tastes, but I cleaned that plate. Oh, as expected. Sean Sensei loves his curry, huh? Here, have seconds. Our Father who art in heaven, please save me from this trial. I promise to go to church every Sunday from now on. Please, 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 please. I ate 2 plates of curry that day. I think though definitely the worst and most embarrassing time though was when we had a potato salad lunch. I would rather eat pig slop out of a trough than eat potato salad. It is revolting to me. And this was one of the times when the kids had tests too, so I was eating in the teacher's room with all of the other teachers. They slide me my plate and it is a giant ball of potato salad. I cut into it with my chopsticks and it was not just a normal potato salad. Pickles. Pickle potato salad. I gagged so loud and with so much force. I had tears in my eyes. It was literally like one of the worst things I've ever eaten in my entire life. My body literally rejected it. So I sat there for like 20 minutes until everybody kind of left and I just kind of dumped it in the garbage. Not my proudest moment, and I never condone wasting food, but that was not food, that was poison. But one of the only other times I can think of that I ever had something which made me gag like that was actually right before I was leaving Japan. Me and my friend Will, who was also a teacher there, went to a farewell dinner with our former supervisor. And if you know anything about Japan, if you've ever seen those restaurants where there's only a few seats right at the front and you're literally facing the chef as they prepare the food for you, it was that kind of restaurant, and it was really fancy and really expensive. And bless our supervisor, shout out to her, we love her to death. She was paying for the whole thing. So it was like, you're eating this food, even if you have to die. But early on, one of the plates comes in, and it's like these thick white slices of something crunchy, and what looks like, this might be a weird reference, but there was a commercial when I was a kid, and it was for this sand that you could have underwater, but when you took it out of the water, it wasn't wet or like clumpy at all. It was like that consistency and bright orange. It was slices of sea snail and sea urchin. I took a bite of the snail, and it simultaneously sliced like an apple and tore like jerky. Then I tried to take a bite of the sea urchin. Will, help me. Help you with what? Please, dude, let me put it on your plate, please. No, you don't put it on my plate, please. I'm not gonna eat it for you. I will literally pay you $100 right now, please. I can't, I'm not gonna eat it for you. Everybody can see. I'm not gonna eat it for you. How's the food? Oh, it's fantastic. Good. Honestly, it's kind of embarrassing for me to admit, but I couldn't do it. I could not eat it. But then literally every other dish that was served was some of the best food I've ever had. He served us a slice of steak that was probably the best prepared steak I've ever had in my life. So moral of the story, if you go to Japan, you're gonna have some of the best food you've ever had. But also prepare yourself, because there's gonna be some duds. Anyway, that's it. Bye.